Theme 49. The Arts 1. 1. Actor. Actor. Example.
I mean, the guy's already a lame duck, so why wait? Picking the right actor to play Obama, that was the challenge.
I was a fully fledged movie actor, but still searching for definition. I applied to read anthropology at university.
2. Actress. Actress. Example.
I actually saw a very famous actress launching my show, giving credibility to me.
I always thought that when you were 35, you were kind of like over the hill as an actress, that you were relegated to playing 20-year-olds' mothers.
3. Aesthetics. Aesthetics. Example.
And we've been working to try to improve, working from everything from the fabric to the format and structure and aesthetics.
This may work for solar farms, but when you think of buildings, of streets, of architecture, aesthetics does matter.
4. Appreciation. Appreciation. Example.
Second, you need to show appreciation. And third, you want to change your relationship with ideas.
We have developed a tremendous appreciation for the capabilities of human race car drivers.
5. Artifact. Artifact. Example.
So we have this process that is now actually turning into sexist outcomes. It's not just a cognitive artifact.
Historians aren't interested in natural things. We're interested in that cultural artifact that history made.
6. Artist. Artist. Example.
Farmer, artist, real American, artistic snob. Grant Wood kept everybody guessing.
My mom was an artist, and growing up, we always had art supplies all over the house.
7. Audience. Audience. Example.
You know, it's good to challenge yourself and the audience in that way, I think.
You know, playing it for his audience, he still has the recordings, and they're horrible.
8. Ballerina. Ballerina. Example.
If you're artistically inclined, you might think of the subtle modulations of a Mozart concerto, or the effortless poise of a prima ballerina.
There are plenty of variations between them. Jazz drummer and ballerina, gender expectations, style, which give each film a unique personality.
9. Carving. Carving. Example.
But when they were divided, indeed they were divided. And we do see the continents carving differences among dinosaurs.
And this started to become an interesting form, carving the base, making the entrances.
10. Concert. Concert. Example.
We've also shared other sorts of entertainment: sports arenas, public parks, concert halls, libraries, universities.
If you have epilepsy, there is an instance of billions of brain cells, or at least millions, discharging in pathological concert.
11. Craft. Craft. Example.
Orazio was controlling, and Artemisia was rarely allowed outside of her house, so she spent much of her young life perfecting her craft.
The master course, you'll discover the traditional craft of mosaic making, from the initial designs to the polished final piece.
12. Creation. Creation. Example.
And the reason they're not participating is there's just not enough job creation here at home.
So those two things come together this time, principle and practice, in the creation of Poland.
13. Emotion. Emotion. Example.
One of the major functions is that it communicates emotion. It's really good at it.
Meanwhile, the amygdala and cingulate cortex, regions associated with emotion and motivation, are highly active.
14. Exhibition. Exhibition. Example.
Located between the stylish dormitory district of Jesmond and the open space of the town moor lies Exhibition Park.
Over time, that series of drawings became a traveling exhibition called I, Immigrant.
15. Taste. Taste. Example.
Fiction plays with our senses: taste, smell, touch, hearing, sight, and the sense of motion.
A synesthete might not only hear my voice, but also see it, taste it, or feel it as a physical touch.
16. Accomplished. Accomplished. Example.
The payload goes on to the gray box, damages the centrifuge, and the Iranian nuclear program is delayed. Mission accomplished.
Those who were able to delay their gratification got a second treat and many years later became more accomplished adults.
17. Writer. Writer. Example.
I remember in 2012, Dan Savage, the amazing sex columnist, activist, writer.
I am a writer, and I want to close by reading you a short passage that I wrote that has to do very much with this scene.
18. Venue. Venue. Example.
Hilton Chicago is a venue that has a long history of creating events that make a lasting impression. The barge inflated so it could be a pop-up transportable venue space that could deflate and disappear at a moment's notice.
19. Theater. Theater. Example.
I love this theatre. It's a sort of landmark, historic theatre. For 200 years, it's had some of the greatest theatre performers, of our time.
I did a course called the Contemporary Theatre course, and it gives you an opportunity to try all of the pies.
20. Wrote. Wrote. Example.
Part of it is this 20th century education was based on the model of rote learning, repetition.
And you spent years perfecting these rote, small, minutia details, and then you advanced up through a kitchen.